about their health, Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump?
As we know from this past weekend, clearly Donald Trump. I mean, we saw Hillary Clinton with our own two eyes struggling the other day. We certainly hope, Mr. Trump and I and our entire campaign certainly hope that she's well.
And she has said now that she was suffering from pneumonia. She got the diagnosis on Friday. This is all Mr. Trump has released about his health. 4 paragraphs, as you know, from his gastroenterologist, who says that Mr. Trump his health is astonishingly excellent. It also says that all of his latest medical examinations and tests were only positive results, which of course is funny because that means something's wrong. But that's not what he meant. So how can this be considered transparent?
Wow, you can laugh all you want at the medical report, but as far as I can see, there are 2 major party candidates running for president, and only one of them has pneumonia and lied about it, especially to the press, because she always thinks that she has. She treats you all like second-class citizens, won't have a press conference, then when she pretends to have a press avail, I'm going to be uplifting and aspirational now, then goes on to attack tens of millions of Americans the very next day.
But about health.
And then
I mean, this is
we
not
all
a
saw
medical
her by the
report.
man, but Alisyn, this is what I expect from the Clinton campaign. I really don't expect it from journalists. We're talking about Hillary Clinton and her pneumonia and what happened on 9/11, which we all saw with our own two eyes. And we're talking and it takes us about 10 words. Donald Trump.
Well,
so he had a physical last week.
Yes, and will he be releasing the results of
Yes, he said he'll release them probably this week or whenever the doctor has the report prepared.
What exactly will he be releasing? His entire medical history or just the results of the last checkup?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what he won't be releasing. He won't be releasing the fact that he had pneumonia for 2 days and lied about it.
Lied or didn't disclose? Is there a difference?
Well, I guess if we're talking about Hillary Clinton, lying didn't disclose is the same. It's so different, right? It's always parsing the words. I mean, excuse me, respectfully, one person is off the campaign trail right now. We wish her well. We're glad that she told Anderson Cooper last night that she's feeling better, that she expects to rejoin the campaign trail. We'll see her at the debates. But the idea that we shift immediately to the person who is keeping the most punishing schedule of any presidential candidate, it's unbelievable. He'll be in 7 or 8 swing states this week, 5 rallies. Just yesterday was in Baltimore and Asheville. Today he's on his way to Iowa and then Pennsylvania. Tomorrow's Ohio and another state. So, in other words, Ohio and Michigan tomorrow. In other words, we can talk about that, but let's talk about stamina and energy. Let's talk about who's actually taken the case directly to voters and who's not. I mean, the idea that she did not have the worst 48 hours of her campaign and that people would cover up for her, I think is frankly astonishing.
Well, you're his campaign manager, which is why we're asking you questions about Donald Trump. We have people on from the Clinton camp and her surrogates, and we ask about her.
And they talk about Donald Trump.
You know, look, for stamina, I mean, in terms of if you're comparing stamina, they both keep up a punishing
I'm just talking about his. No, I'm sorry. Look at their public schedules. That is simply not true. She attends many fundraisers. In fact, that's why she was going to California. The minute Donald Trump dares to step in a state, Alisyn, that's either overly red or overly blue, the media, including CNN, run all these ridiculous stories about why is he in a non-swing state? Is he really running for president? She goes to California, to Hollywood to raise money. She did it twice, and it's supposed to be... And San Francisco did it a couple weeks ago. Then she went to the Hamptons. Then she went to Martha Vineyard, none of which are swing states. But that's okay. Is she taking the case to the voters? Where are her rallies? Pensacola, Florida last Friday. 12,500 people inside, about 8, maybe 10,000 people waiting outside just to get in.
Let's talk about Donald Trump's tax records. When can we expect to see them?
When his lawyer and his accountants tell him that he should release them when he's no longer under audit. He's made that very clear.
Has Donald Trump, or will he release anything from the IRS, a letter from the IRS proving that he's under audit?
I'm sorry?
Will Donald Trump release anything from the IRS proving that he's under audit?
I don't know. Why? In other words, why are you calling him a liar?
Well, we're taking his word for it.
Are you calling him a liar? And we're taking Hillary Clinton's word for it that she was overheated and didn't have pneumonia, or that she's going to be aspirational uplifting, or she's going to start talking to the press again. I mean, seriously, we're running against a Clinton and we're going to challenge someone's veracity?
The founder of LinkedIn, Reid Hoffman, is offering to give veterans groups $5 million if Donald Trump releases his tax records. That sounds like a great deal for veterans. That's obviously a cause close to Mr. Trump's heart. Will this be an impetus for him, despite, we know what his lawyers have said, but the IRS has said that he can release it. They will not punish him. Lots of tax attorneys have said he can release it. He will not be punished. Will he release it now, given this motivation?
No, but I hope that man thinks so much of the veterans that he would give them $5 million whether or not Mr. Trump defies the advice of his lawyer and his accountant and releases his taxes. And I also would love to tell you, Alisyn, that I looked at the CNN poll, I looked at everybody's polling, I look at our own polling. I just can't find where this is a burning issue to most of Americans. It goes right back to what Hillary Clinton said. To be so dismissive of tens of millions of Americans also means that people around here and elsewhere think that somehow the issues that are vexing Americans are not economy, jobs, terrorism, healthcare, immigration, education, exactly what they tell us. Is exactly what we hear in our own polling. Why don't we have a discussion about that? We want to talk about taxes. What will our tax burden be under President Donald Trump? He actually has gone out and given a 4 or 5 point middle class tax relief plan. We'll be talking more about tax reform tonight in Pennsylvania, a very exciting aspect of it. And then he'll be at the Economic Club here in New York.